as so many wee bigots, terrorist sympathizers love to do, you are conflating British Mandate Palestine with Palestine, which was created by an Egyptian named Arafat, and Russia backed Arafat. Because you see, one day after the UN legitimized the recreation of Israel, 5 Arab countries attacked Israel and lost. See, this is the 8th time Arabic colonization has tried to take over Israel. But when 5 countries attack this little one, it's hard to feel sorry for them, isn't it? Yeah. So what you needed to do was create this imaginary race that's even smaller than the Jews, because Islam is 23.4% of the global population. 1.9 billion people. There is no such thing as Palestinian DNA. And I'll show you that in a few minutes, but just to get that out of the way. Jews are 15.6 million. Some say 15.3, not too sure. Either way, numbers are not up to what we were before the Holocaust. We are 0.2% of the global population. That's a minority. When British Mandate Palestine was broken up, more than 15 countries were created, but only one has to deal with this sort of shit from the rest of the world, of you claiming it's not legitimate. Now, I'm going to sit aside here, and I want you to see all the countries that didn't exist prior to British Mandate Palestine's being broken up. Oh my goodness. Saudi Arabia, as Saudi Arabia. Don't get things conflated with the Arabian Peninsula and Saudi Arabia. Yemen, Egypt, Turkey, oh my God, all those countries, by your standards, by your logic, they're all illegitimate, right? Right. But you don't say that. The DNA of Palestinians. Because there is no such thing as the Palestinian race. It is a conglomerate of other people, other races, other countries. Most people know you can figure out where someone came from, their country of origin, by their last names. Well, pause and read. Those are a lot of places. But there had to be a lot of places because you had to have a whole bunch of people who are technically political prisoners. These people, and I feel bad for them because they are pawns in the colonization effort. Arabic Islam does not give a tinker's damn what happens to those poor people. Okay? That's the truth. These are poker chips to them. And they have openly stated that they will spend as much blood. They are teaching their children to be terrorists. If you so-called care about the starving babies, how many women who are starving can get pregnant and give birth? It doesn't happen. So how are there babies in this starving area? There aren't starving babies. Any problems with aid comes because Hamas has been stealing it and then selling it to the people of Gaza. Okay? And in fact, one of the conditions, aside from the fact that the terrorist organization gets to stay in power, is that they can't do this U.S. aid thing anymore that makes sure that the aid goes straight to the people of Gaza. The aid has to go through the terrorists so they can fund their terrorism. Every time you say West Bank, you're technically being anti-Semitic, because in 1950, Jordan illegally annexed that area and started calling it the West Bank of Jordan. In the Six-Day War in the 60s, Israel took it back. And they took back the Sinai too, which they gave back. Israel is actually now smaller than it was in 1948 because they keep giving land to the colonizers in the hope that they'll have peace. Isn't that lovely? 9 times your terrorists have had the chance to have a state and have peace. They've refused every single time. And yet Israel has still given up their side of the deal, the land, so that they could have peace that they're now given. Because the Hamas has openly stated its vow of the obliteration of Israel and all Jews. Genocide, in other words. The thing that you keep claiming is happening in Gaza, but isn't, because you cannot commit genocide on a terrorist organization, and that is what Israel is targeting. The fact that your terrorists use human shields, that they hide in hospitals, schools, and mosques, thus depriving those locations of their protected status for these civilians of Gaza, and yet you blame Israel for their terrorists' actions. Just, FYI. By the way, that other video, the source of it is there. I don't deny sources, I don't hide my sources. Since I'm in the right, I don't have a need to lie. My cause is just. This is what colonization looks like. All of that taken over by Arabic Islam. And in there, right, and there's this tiny little place, and you claim it's colonizing, even though archaeology proves it. Math proves it, archaeology proves it. Or do we have a time machine along with our space laser and our weather manipulating devices so that we went and built Hebrew things and put them underneath where the Judeo-Christians and Muslim architecture is? Did we do that? Is that how we did it? Are we magic Jews? Nothing that you have people claimed makes any sense if you actually pay attention to history and facts. But you're not going by history and facts. You are a privileged white person who is virtue signaling, saying that you care about the people of Palestine, the ethnic cleansing of Palestine. No, not happening. There are over 2 million Arabic Muslims in Israel living there, citizens, full rights. There are Judeo-Christians, there are Druze. It is a multicultural society. There are no Jews willingly in Gaza because they get killed in Gaza. It's that simple, because they vowed our obliteration. All we keep saying is, you just goddamn leave us alone. But you won't, will you? No, because you have been persecuting Jews for thousands of years. The Jews are your standby bad people. It is that simple. This is actually racial memory. Anti-Semitism is the second oldest hate. And you know what's the oldest? Misogyny. But the lineage of hate is very, very clear. And that makes sense. Since Arabic Islam cooperated with the Nazis, took on the philosophies of Nazis. They fly Nazi flags in Gaza. But you keep coming up with your jackass comments like Zionazi. It's called Holocaust inversion, by the way, and it's a standard tactic of we bigots, terrorist sympathizers, jihadists, abusers in general.